the Ares RTA from Innokin. Let's have a look. Hey guys, Vaping here, back with another review. Today we are looking at this, the Ares RTA from Innokin, designed by Phil Bursardo and Dimitri, the Vaping Greek. Two guys that have worked with Innokin on and off and, around Innokin for a long time. They've now designed this RTA, 24mm wide, mouth-to-lung style. We'll talk about that later, but mouth-to-lung style RTA. Got a really cool top fill feature on it. Comes with some build assistance tools made by Dimitri and Phil as well. Very, very nice looking RTA. It's in this GTA raised deck style, and yeah, it puts out vaping a bit like this right now. Let's go down low. I'll show you what build I've got in here, I'll show you what it looks like, I'll show you all the bits and pieces that come with it. Then we'll come back up top for pros and cons, of which they're a mixed bag actually. But yeah, there is a definitive answer to this review. Let's go down low and then we'll pop back up top. See you in a sec. Okay guys, here we are up close with the Ares tank from Innokin. Cool packaging as always, as you'd expect. Very cool, all good stuff. Scratch and sniff there if you want to make sure yours is authentic and all that. Opening her up, we are greeted by these two lovely faces. Look at these guys. Look how happy they are. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, so it's the Innokin, designed by Phil Bursardo and Dimitri, the Vaping Greek. It's got a lovely thank you message as well in there. This is the black one, like this. What else do you get in the box? Well, you get some stuff. You really do. You get your spare tanks and stuff. You get these build. You get Phil's build tool and Dimitri's. Oh, you get Phil's build tool and Dimitri's build tool there. I'll show you those. You get your spare tanks and O-ring colours and stuff. You get some coils and wire and canthal and cotton. Pretty cool, isn't it? It's pretty good that you get all this stuff. So put all that over there. Now show you these build tools. Okay, so this is just the old worldy Innokin screwdriver set. So you just got your screwdrivers there. That's the thing. That's fine. That's good. You get a spare screw. These tools, though. These tools. So this is Phil's build tool. You can wrap a 0.3 or a 0.2 around here. Yeah, so that's pretty handy. You can also just use that to place and keep your coil on. This is Dimitri's building tool. Now, this one is designed for wrapping spaced coils. So if you're wrapping it left-handed or you're wrapping it right-handed, you can do either side. But if you wrap around this thread, it will give you a really neat and nice spaced coil. So pretty cool, pretty good. So onto the tank. This is the Ares tank from Innokin. So let's have a look at this tank properly. This is the drip tip, really long, really long drip tip. I'm not sure why it's so long. I'm sure there's a really good reason, but I prefer a short one, so I've switched mine out. But no, it's just a normal 510 drip tip, no issues there. Help yourself to whatever drip tip you've got in your box of drip tips. If you see here, it says push. If you push it, that is your top fill. Really nice that an RTA like this comes with that sub-tank top fill. I really like that. So many of them, you're screwing or you're turning upside down and nonsense. So I really like actually that. I really like that top fill, and it does work exceedingly well. You've got your adjustable airflow here. So you've got these holes here if you want to go whammy, fully open like that. But you've also got this little hole here. So you can set it to just that little hole like that. And those closed. So you do have options there. You can achieve the same thing though, I think, by just going like that. That's the same basically as going like that, I think. But yeah, but one thing to note here, look how smooth and easy to use this airflow ring is. Perfect, very pleased with that. Keep screwing this way and we'll take off the tank. Whammy, there we go. So we've got that lovely chamber. I'm sure that's coming across. Look at that, it's like a little bulb of a thing. Very, very nice chamber in there, and that is where the flavour is coming from. We've got this deck, so a very raised up deck. A lot of room for juice to fly around the bottom of this. You've got your wicking gap there, and then you've got your airflow coming in through those holes there. And you just simply clamp with these little Phillips screws. You just clamp your coil in. Let me show you mine all built up. Okay guys, so this is mine. This is the one that I've been rocking throughout. Had a lot of use this. I've also been testing it at really high wattages and, you know, seeing what its limits were and all that sort of stuff. But basically, you know, as you can see, you just drop your coil in like that, screw those in. It could not be simpler. And then wicking, you just chopping it down those air ducts. Really, you know, it's as simple as that. What can I say? What can I say? It doesn't, you know, it's really, really simple. The grooves are really big as well. The actual wick grooves are really big, so you can get lots of cotton down there without bothering and troubling the threading. Also, the threading here is very, very nice and chunky and thick, so it's not really fine and really fiddly to get your barrel latched back on. So I will do that now. Okay, so screwing this back on like we do. So it is one of those tanks where you can mess with your coils while you've got juice in. You've just got to be careful, that's all. Opening her back up like I've been rocking her, like that. And there we go. That is the Ares tank from Innokin. Let's go up top and talk about this. Okay guys, that was the Ares down low. Really nice kit, I think you'll agree. Really nice packaging, really nicely put together. Cool that it comes with spares and those tools and all that sort of thing. I think that is very cool. A little bit of statage as well. 24mm wide, available in black and stainless steel that I've seen, but I've also seen some funky O-ring options available as well. So let's just get into it. I've got two negatives I just want to get out of the way straight away for this tank, and they're not really negatives as such. The first one is the drip tip. The drip tip it comes with is just really long. It's just really long. I've just grabbed a normal sort of length black one, and I just think it looks so much better with a slightly shorter drip tip. That's so irrelevant. I'm sure everyone like me has just got a massive box full of drip tips at this point. Put whatever drip tip you like on it, of course. But yeah, the one it comes with is crazy long. I don't like it. So that is that. The next thing, and this I suppose is quite important. The vape style that you can get from this tank. Now, if you turn it right down to the very smallest hole, let's just do that now. Let's have a look. So this is the very smallest hole. This is the smallest, just one air hole showing, the smallest air hole. It vapes like this. It is mouth to lung like that, but compared to a lot of tanks, you know, compared to like the old K-Fun Light and stuff, it still feels quite loose. I can probably still lung it. So I can almost lung it with the smallest hole. So the second you open it up at all, and I've been absolutely rocking it absolutely wide open actually. Fully wide open, how I've been using it, it's like this. Just a straight up lung hit, really. It's a very restricted tight lung hit, but it's a straight up lung hit. So I guess the negative I'm pointing at here is there are much tighter, depending on how you mouth to lung, there are much tighter draw tanks available. K-Fun Light, the Hasta mouth to lung that we just did can go tighter. The Berserker can go tighter than this. The Berserker Mini, which is coming up for review soon, that can go tighter than this. So it's not the tightest mouth to lung ever, which isn't a negative for me the way I vape, but it could be for you. It depends on how you mouth to lung as to whether you'll be happy with that. So that's the thing. That's on you. It depends on your vape style. Now, my vape style, if we look at the tanks that I enjoy, the Squape R I was a big fan of. The Squape E I'm still using all the time. The Hurricane Junior. If you look at those tanks, and that is the way I vape a lot of the time, it's right up my street with the air fully open. It's like a throwback tank in a way. It reminds me of all those classics, the Typhoon, the Ubuntu, the Squape. It reminds me of that like genre of tanks, you know, those high end, if you like, those high end 20 to 40 watt tanks. It reminds me of those, and it vapes a lot like those. And for me, that is great, and I really like that. It's also got the modern touches on that old vaping style as well. So it's got a really nice top fill. It's like a sub tank top fill, like that, as easy as that. You know, no screws in the bottom of the base of this one or anything like that. No twisting and turning. Straight on, straight off. Really easy to refill, which is cool. That's cool. That's a very modern top fill style on like a traditional old style tank. So I really like that. The build deck, it could not. I don't think there is an easier way to mount a coil in any atomizer ever. You know, it's just so easy. I don't think it can get any easier than this to screw a coil to a deck. I think this is the pinnacle. You literally just turn a screwdriver head and you are done. It's just set up so easy. The deck is so easy to build on. You just can't complain at that. So it's got the top fill. It's got the 24mm diameter that modern tanks have now, and it's got these crazy easy build decks, you know, super easy to put your coils on. Wicking is a bit like a lot of these mouth to lung tanks that are out now, these GTA style mouth to lung tanks. So the only thing you've got to watch out for is getting your cotton stuck on your threading of your barrel. As long as that's not a problem, as long as you've not twisted and caught that wick, you know, it should wick absolutely fine, especially at the wattages that we're talking about. I haven't had any trouble building or wicking this thing, to be honest. Most important feature of any RTA, flavour. The flavour is tremendous, really great. Really, really good. I've got this, the build I showed you down low, you know, there's 0.6, little affair, single coil, but the flavour is tremendous. And the reason is crystal clear on this. You know, you can get a nice sized coil in there, but it's a tiny dome. Look at that dome. The actual barrel inside, you can see it's so tight and condensed. It is a little oven of flavour in there. And it has not got a long way to travel because this is a very raised up deck. You are very, very close to your drip tip. The coil is close to the drip tip, and it's a little chamber. The flavour is really good. Not only that, there's the other things as well. Can you hear when I'm vaping this? So lovely and smooth and quiet. It's a lovely, smooth, quiet vape. So many RTAs now are so much noisier. I don't know what the Squape's like. Can you hear the difference there? And the Squape E, that's not a noisy one. They go so noisy nowadays, these RTAs. But this one is really smooth, really quiet. Build quality is very, very good as well. Really, really good. It's immaculately put together, to be honest. There's not an O-ring out of place. There's no bits where there's no tension. Even the top fill bit, which they can be janky sometimes, it's really smooth, really crisp feel on the top fill. It doesn't feel loose, like it's going to lose any vacuum or anything like that. The air control ring turns effortlessly, very, very smooth, really, really easy to work with. All that stuff is just great. Absolutely great. Build quality, perfect. Flavour, in the way I'm vaping, what am I at? I'm at 30 watts with this 0.6 coil. And the flavour is awesome. So, I don't know what to say really. I guess to sum up, if you are a really staunch, maybe Jenny user or K-Fun Light user, mouth to lung vapor, and you like that insanely tight mouth to lung draw, I think there are better
RTAs out there for that. It's just not the tightest mouth to lung ever, and I know that that's Phil's style. Phil's style of vape is not a super restricted mouth to lung. It's just a very quite a loose mouth to lung, and that is his style. And I know that's what has influenced this. So it's not a problem, but it's something to be aware of. I think, you know, if you're used to Genesis atomizers or 14mm tanks or anything like that, there are tighter mouth to lung draws out there. However, if, like me, you've always been a fan of the Squapes and the Typhoons and the modern K-Funs, K-Fun 4, K-Fun 5, if you've always been a fan of that style, Hurricanes, all that sort of stuff, this is right up your street. And unlike those, you don't have to break the bank with this. This is going to be really, really affordable. Really well made, really well made, really affordable. And that style of vape that up to this point has been quite expensive to get hold of. So I actually think it's really good. I really like it. I'm really enjoying using it. No problems building and wicking, no problems with leaking, flooding, anything like that. Flavour's tremendous, build quality is superb. I think it's very clever, very well done. Completely depends on your vape style as to whether this tank is for you. But only you will know that, so you make up your own mind on that. I'm impressed. I was very sceptical coming into this. To me, it looked just like a Siren, you know, it looked just like the Haster. All these mouth to lungs that have now hit the market in the budget category, it just looked like another one of those. I was very sceptical, but no, it's got its own thing going on, and I'm very impressed. And I really like it. So congratulations to Innokin, Phil and Dimitri. I think it's a good job. I would like to see Innokin continue down this path of having Western consultation, Western influence on their items, because their manufacturing process, their building, their packaging, their marketing is all superb. And I think just, you know, a little bit of consulting on design and things like that can go a long way for Innokin. I think this could be a big link up for Innokin. I think it could be very good for them going forwards. I've been Vaping Vick. I really like this tank. If it's in your wattage range, if it's in your vape style, I think you will like it too. I've been Vaping Vick, and I'll see you again soon.